In the best bets of the week, Cory. Oh, by the way, Cory's still hot.
Still hot.
Recap last week real quick. What's your new record and what are your bets this week?
3-1 last week. I'm now 8-3-1. Hopefully I can keep this rolling. I hit on the Patriots minus 9.5, Texans +3, Bills +2. The Dolphins let me down. My favorite team in the NFL right now. Missed the Dolphins +3.5. Real quick, I had somebody ask me last week if they should parlay my picks, and you should not. Because first of all, I've never hit all four, and you're playing on a point spread, which is a 50-50. So if you parlay them, you're going to miss one almost every time. The point here is to get most of them right so you can make money. If you're going to parlay anything, you should just pair one of these picks with a favorite just to make your odds better. I mean, it's not going to increase them by a whole lot, but if you put a favorite in there, then and you hit the bet, you're just going to get a little extra money.
So you're saying, give me an example of that. I want to make sure, I think everybody gets it. But we're a new podcast. We got some new listeners. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page and moving in the same direction with us. When you say if you're going to parlay it to take a favorite, would you take money line? I guess what's your thought process? Does it matter? I mean, are you just saying if you want to parlay them, take one or two? Which right. I guess one would not be a parlay.
Like just for example, so last week, if you took the Texans +3, you could have just parlayed it with the Patriots money line because the Patriots they're playing the Bengals. It was like a lock. So if you hit the Texans, you just get a little extra odds with that Patriots money line, which is almost guaranteed.
Got it.
So just makes your odds better. It gives you a little extra money.
What's your bets of the week?
My first one, I've got the Ravens -10 at the Browns. The Ravens average point differential is 15.3, and that includes losses, which is insane. So they cover every week on a 10-point spread, and they lost to the Browns by 15 in week 4. So this is going to be a revenge game for them, and the Ravens look unstoppable. They've won 10 straight. They're like I've said it before, they're like a college football team, #1 in the country, just stomping everybody.
Are you a little bit worried at all that Lamar Jackson doesn't play this whole game? And if he doesn't, does that change your thought process here at all?
It would. If he doesn't play, just see what the line does. It's still going to he's
going to start. So let's move. Let me make up a situation. If Lamar Jackson starts the game, which we assume he will, I think that they'll still have enough cushion by halftime to cover the spread. But if he doesn't return at halftime, if it's Robert Griffin, can he hold the 10 points?
I think you'll be fine just because it's a well-coached football team. Harbaugh's going to put Robert Griffin in the right situation, and I'd be confident to just roll with it.
The more I think through it, the more I still like it because the Browns are not a well-coached organization. And if we're not careful, I'll get another tirade here about how much I don't like what's happening in Cleveland. Let's not do that.
Freddie and his Ferrari.
I don't want to talk about the Corvette, bud. But anyway, that Corvette's got a flat tire, no way around it. I agree with you. Even if Lamar Jackson only plays half the game, I do like that bet. What else have you had?
That's hard to predict. I think you just got to go into it and assume he's going to play. And they're just a better football team. My second one, I got the Saints -2.5 at the Titans. So we were just talking about this. You really like the Titans.
I'm just saying I like the game. And I do like the Titans. Now, I don't want to be disrespectful to the Saints. If on paper, I expect the Saints to win the game. But it's the Titans. That's all I'm trying to say, that anything could happen here.
So, and I think I called it last week. Tannehill came back down to earth. He wasn't a superstar like he's been the last, 3 out of 4 games they were winning.
Did you just hit me with I called that last week?
Yeah.
All right.
So he's come back down to earth a little bit. I would expect that to continue here with the Saints. I think I said this last week as well. The Titans are kind of built like the Colts. They're run first. And if one part of the formula isn't working, the whole thing slows down. So I think the Saints can carry that same formula they took with the Colts and carried into the Titans, and they rolled the Colts. So I think the Saints are going to cover. 2.5's nice. So if the Saints end up kicking a field goal at the, a tie game, they kick a field goal to win, you cover. So I like the Saints here. They're better. They are the better football team.
Next up, Bengals at Dolphins. Dolphins get a point. Who are you taking?
Well, it's the third week in a row. We got the Dolphins here. They're my favorite team in football. And they're getting a point they're home against the lowly Bengals. I think the Dolphins are the better football team. Getting points, a common theme here. Don't overthink your bets. Just look at it. If there's a better team getting points, just take it and you'll be okay. Dolphins are at home. They're the better football team.
Last one is our other matchup. Actually, so that's kind of cool. Both of the matchups that we thought were the best of the week.
They are both here.
They're both in here. Last one, Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles are getting 2.5 points. You like them. We've already talked about some of that stuff, so let's shorten this. We'll just shorten this one up a little bit. From my perspective, I agree with this bet 100%, although there is risk involved. But knowing that Dak Prescott has an injury, knowing that Jason Garrett's 1 foot out the door, knowing that defense has slowly shown signs of softening, I like the Eagles.
I do too. They're getting 2.5 points, and we both think they're just going to win straight up. So it just kind of makes sense to take them here. And the Eagles have kind of snuck into this position where they're tied with the Cowboys. They're playing good. Carson Wentz has been playing well. And they're at home, like I said earlier. Dak's hurt, and the better team's getting points. Just keep it simple, people.
There you have it. Keep it simple, people. Keep it simple, people. Keep it simple, people.
You've been listening to Huddle Up, a football podcast. Subscribe on your favorite platform and follow us at Huddle Up NFL and at Commissioner Mister on Twitter to keep up on the latest from the NFL and stay in the huddle.
Huddle Up.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.